Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Wellness Wednesday, and we're here to open your mind. Bashan, you know, some mornings I don't even want to start talking because I'm jamming to the song. If y'all don't know who that is Trumpet Black. I am so honored that his family let me continue his legacy with his music being my theme music.
That's awesome.
That's the Good Life, y'all, by Trumpet Black. And speaking of it, y'all know every time I say that, if anyone knows where his trumpet is, make sure you call the police. Somebody stole his trumpet from his funeral, and that is just out the box. That is not the good life. So If you know where his trumpet is, somebody that knows where his trumpet is. So y'all can stop playing around and live the good life and make sure you turn it in. But we are here on Wellness Wednesday. I have Bobbie Clark Alexander on the line, my life coach and the life coach to so many around the world, who offers her insight every Wednesday morning. Thank you so much, Bobbie, for being on the call from the ATL. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
Ooh, you sounded like me for a second.
Excited.
I was like, all
good
right.
Stuff lined up for us.
All right. I have Bashan Jordan of Tiger Rock NOLA in the studio with us, and he's here to keep our mind right. And I wanted to remind everyone that February is American Heart Month and awareness. So we wanted to open your minds to living differently in the world. So I went on cdc.gov and got some information for you all because, at the end of January, February, we start falling off the wagon. And Bashan, you already know, because Tiger Rock NOLA, y'all have self-defense, taekwondo, kickboxing classes. You have all of these classes. And is this the time where you start seeing people fall off?
All the time.
What do you mean all the time?
Every year. Especially when Mardi Gras hit early this year. That was horrible.
How do you think we felt? We had all these these ideas
Mardi
of
Gras.
grandeur, and
to
it just
live in this
did
city,
not happen.
Boy, I tell you.
Well, that's why we have you to put us back together again.
I hope so.
So we're right, Bobbie. Right. He's going to keep our mind right. Bashan's going to give us some exercises, to keep our hearts, pumping, so we can all live the good life. But I did want to give you some information regarding heart disease facts from the CDC. As plaque builds up in the arteries of a person with heart disease, the inside of the arteries begin to narrow, which lessens or blocks the flow of blood, which causes heart disease. So we really need to pay attention to that, because about 610,000 people, did y'all hear that? 610,000 people die of heart disease in the United States every year. That is 1 in every 4 deaths. That's not even that's Bashan's, me, Bobbie, and Kyle on the boards. Somebody's going down.
Wow.
Y'all play around, but I'm going to jog. I'm going to get my mind right.
Man.
Seriously.
But when you put it like that, Eileen, it's
right. Think about the people in your office. Count 4 people.
Exactly.
Somebody's going to have heart disease or going to suffer with that. 1 in 4. These are astounding facts and statistics, and we really need to open our mind and start taking care of ourselves. And just like you said, Bashan, especially in the city of New Orleans, we like to eat, but there are ways to eat well and to take care of your body as well. Drink water, walk, make sure you call Bashan's if you fell off the wagon to get back. You need a personal trainer. Bashan's is there. Speaking of it, Bashan, give us your number.
That's what I was trying to do, Eileen, when I was there, and he was missing.
Right, I know. The one day you're here in studio is the one day. But it's okay. Wait, why weren't you here? Tell us.
Well, why wasn't I here? I don't know.
See, you were playing hooky?
No. Actually, we were...
you were doing something with Tiger Rock.
Of course. We had a franchise meeting, so, I was trying to better myself so I can better others, so training and getting some new knowledge to help you guys get better, so... That's what I was doing.
So we can keep our heart health up,
the trainer was getting trained.
There you go. You got to keep your mind open, y'all. You got to keep your mind open. Some more facts regarding heart disease from the CDC are: heart disease is a leading cause of death for both men and women. More than half of the deaths due to heart disease in 2009 were men. Did y'all hear that? So, a lot of times we think it's just one or the other, but it really is. Everyone needs to pay attention to this. Coronary heart disease is the most common type of heart disease, killing over 370,000 people annually. Every year, y'all, I'm not kidding, listen to this. Every year, about 735,000 Americans have a heart attack. 735,000 Americans have a heart attack every year. And of these, 525,000 are a first heart attack. What? And 210,000 happen in people who've already had a heart attack. So 210,000 people are having another one. What are we missing? And I'm going to go one step further before, I have Bashan's kind of give us some ways to get moving so we can start taking care of this. Heart disease is a leading cause of death for people of most ethnicities in the United States, including African Americans, Hispanics, and whites. For American Indians or Alaska Natives of Asians or Pacific Islanders, heart disease is second only to cancer. So below are some percentages of, deaths by ethnic groups. In the American Indians or Alaska Native, it's 18.4%. Asians, Pacific Islanders, it's 22.2%. Non-Hispanic blacks is 23.8%, y'all. Non-Hispanic whites are 23.8%. In all categories, it's 23.5%. So we really, really need to, and I wish y'all could see this because they have a graph of heart disease by geography of the United States of America. If y'all saw how red the South is in Louisiana, it's like Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, especially Louisiana, Mississippi. And actually, Doc Griggs was talking about this, how Louisiana is at the number 50 in so many of these lists right now. We really need to open our minds to living differently in the world.
Yeah.
So we have Bashan Jordan of Tiger Rock NOLA here to, help us open our minds with different ways that we can, get fit, get checked, get moving. I know one thing, we talk about all the time is y'all just start drinking more water. Bashan's and I are sitting right here drinking water, but besides drinking water, Bashan's, what can we do to just get a little bit more active? Let's start from the couch potato. Somebody who doesn't do anything, what can they do?
Just get up. I mean, get up and go outside and enjoy the nice weather that we did have up until today. But, just find something. I don't know. It could be something from that you used to do when you was a child that you used to love to do before, and you just probably just kind of gave up on it, and I don't know, just do something.
I like that you said that. Find something that you enjoy.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
if you enjoy it, you're probably going to keep on doing it.
Exactly, and that's the thing. A lot of people we try to do things that I'm gonna just try this because you know you're not going to do. Good and well, that you're not going to continue with. I'm gonna just try it because my girls told me to do it. And then, you never see it again. And you're like, I give up. I'm never trying to get fit. But that's not the thing. If you find something that you like and, that will turn into something being healthy for you and eventually, living a healthier lifestyle, whether you lose weight or whatever, as long as you're doing something, that's the main thing. Is because we're talking about our heart here. So, you got to keep your heart active, keep it going, doing something.
That's like aerobic exercise.
Exactly, yeah.
So like when we put out the trash, we should walk around the block.
Do something, yeah. I mean, some people don't do that.
But make sure we go to your self-defense class so we can walk around the block.
That's true, yeah. Because look, it's
hey,
dangerous these days.
It's a good life.
Putting the trash out is
opening
no
your mind.
Especially depending on what area you live in, You can't. That's some people scared to do that. That's probably why they stand on the couch. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, people were glued to the television watching all these reality TV shows and not actually getting out
Bashan,
and just
being. I gotta say this.
Sure.
You actually you tearing us up this morning. I mean, I know other people are feeling the ouch because I'm like, ouch.
No,
and then the reality TV, that's this generation. Wow.
Yes. How many of us are addicted to the television? Y'all want to know something funny? When I'm sorry, Cox, but I live in an apartment complex, and so when Cox cut off the other televisions, I was like, oh well, we just don't have a television network, and it has been such a blessing. It has been such a blessing. We're not even worried about it anymore. We do more stuff outside. We're reading more. We're doing more things together. So forget the TV. All I do is watch CNN. And now, we do a lot of stuff together. And he's reading and being more active and doing other things. So it was a blessing. Yeah. See you later.
And then
digital.
Guess what? I mean, you're gonna.
I don't miss you.
You're gonna save on that pocket too, right? So,
right.
So, but yeah, we just got to get up and do stuff, man. I'm tired of seeing people just chillaxing on the sofa.
So what's something we can do? We're, encouraging people when you go out to put out your trash, walk around the block, make sure you get your self-defense classes from Tiger Rock before you do it.
Right.
But give us an exercise that we can do that, would get our heart pumping.
Oh, yeah. Well, since, I had the week off.
And I don't want to do a burpee. Give me something else.
It's similar to a burpee. I'm
sorry.
Oh,
gosh. Y'all know how I feel about burpees. He likes to give me these all the time.
It's a modified version.
It's okay. I'll do it.
It's not like the full thing, but we're going to start with a squat. Okay, and from the squat, we're gonna go down and do what's called an in and out. Okay, we've done all these before in the past.
The squats help our gluteus maximus, so that's all right. We'll do that one.
And the in and out is going to help your core, right? And then as we come back up, we're going to do 2 knee lifts. All right, so that's once again working your core and your knees and your legs and your quads, all that good stuff. So I'm gonna demonstrate real quick.
So I jump, and I'm going to explain it as you're doing it. Yeah. So. You're standing up straight. Your knees are slightly bent. You do a squat, a perfect squat. And that means, like, when you're squatting, you're acting like you're sitting down.
Sitting down in a chair.
In a chair.
Let's talk even more Dewey.
Put your hands on the floor from the squat like you're a frog. And then kick your feet out straight like you're about to do a plank. And then come back up. And then stand up. And then bring your knees to your chest one at a time.
No talking.
So squat, put your hands down, jump, put your knees out. Okay, you're doing it too fast. We just said we're newbies.
Okay.
No, but that's cool. No. But that's really, and then it's something that you can do at your house. It doesn't cost any extra money for little, particular items. It's something that you can do to get moving and will get your heart rate up, because that's what it's all about. It is about, American Heart Month, and Doc Griggs is here. Doc Griggs, we're talking about American Heart Month, and, saying that 1 in 4 people die in America die of heart disease. So, heart attacks, they have some.
Did you know everyone dies from cardiac arrest?
You're funny.
Oh.
You're funny, not funny. I was going into something serious and you made me laugh.
We're being serious.
Well, major warning signs of, heart attacks and symptoms, we want people to open your mind and be aware. Chest pains or discomfort, upper body pains or discomfort in the arms, back, neck, jaw, or upper stomach, shortness of breath, nausea, lightheadedness, and cold sweats. And some of these symptoms really start before, the major onset. So you want to pay attention to these things. Doc Griggs, what signs are there that we should, when we should really be paying attention?
The very first thing we should do is we should be cognizant of the fact that it's not always just gas.
I'm sorry. I can't this morning.
See, you try it with some people. Have serious conversations, but
I'm trying to save people's heart.
It's not. Yes, and I say that now. It's funny, but I say that in all seriousness because a lot of the pain that you feel, the chest discomfort, isn't the Fred Sanford, oh, Elizabeth, I'm coming to join you, crushing chest pain. Mm-hmm. It'll be subtle symptoms. There's a condition called unstable angina, which means you'll get a chest pain on movement. And that's when 70% of your coronary arteries are blocked. That's a 70% blockage. Now, the unstable angina, when you're sitting and you're getting that chest pain, just nagging chest pain won't go away. That's a 90% blockage, which means that you're well on your way if you're not having an event and you need to get it seen or taken care of. There are such things as atypical chest pain. Fast rewind back to November 2014 when I had to go to the ER myself, stressed out, eating at night, not realizing it, not sleeping, up, running. Got the crushing type of chest pain that was going up to my neck the whole nine. Ended up going to the ER, getting it worked up ended up being bad indigestion. But it was serious. Most of us have some semblance of heart disease in our family, so it's nothing to take lightly.
Y'all, open your minds to living Open your minds to living differently in the world. It is American Heart Month. It's February. We wanted to really touch on this topic because it really does affect so many people, 1 in 4 Americans. So open your minds to living differently in the world. This is Wellness Wednesday. We will be right back. Are you trustworthy?
Yeah.
Are you trustworthy?
Oh, yeah.
All right, Bobbie, you trustworthy? Well, we'll find out when we get back. This is The Good Life. Stay tuned.
Do you know that you have power to heal yourself? God gave you power to heal yourself emotionally, mentally, physically. Heal thyself with Dr. W.L.T. Littleton every Wednesday, 10 a.m. WBOK, Real Talk for Real Time.
Are you looking for a better way to get fit? Bored with the same old routines? Looking for results or a way to instill discipline in the kids? Tiger Rock Martial Arts is the answer with Taekwondo, kickboxing, and self-defense classes. Tiger Rock diversifies your training in ways that allows individuals of all ages and fitness levels to feel like a champion. Join Tiger Rock today. TigerRockNOLA.com or 504-455-9694. That's 504-455-9694 with a 3-class starter pack starting for only $38, which includes your training uniform. Learn, grow, and succeed with Tiger Rock's 3 convenient locations: Old Metairie, West Bank, and Clearview. There's no better time to start gaining strength, skills, and protection for life than now. 504-455-9694. 504-455-9694. See you on the mat.
Back on the air. Let's go to the phones. Caller, let me help you.
Hi, so I've been trying to get my landlord to fix my washing machine for weeks, but he keeps avoiding me. What do I do?
Excellent question. Well, have you been to AT&T?
Why? Is my landlord there?
No, but when you have AT&T Wireless and DirecTV, you can get unlimited data.
Sounds great. But how will that fix my washer?
Well, it won't. But now that AT&T and DirecTV have joined forces, you can enjoy your favorite DirecTV shows on your phone while you're counting quarters at the local laundromat.
Sweet.
Sweet indeed. AT&T, mobilizing your world.
Come into AT&T now and get the Samsung Galaxy S6.
Must have eligible TV service. If you're not eligible, AT&T will move you to a new plan and overage charges may apply. After 22 gigabytes of data usage, AT&T may reduce speeds. TV content varies by device, location, and package. Monthly and other charges, usage, and other restrictions apply. See store for plan details.
L&R Security provides the good life. They make their mark in the security arena by providing excellent security services for more than 35 years and are licensed in more than 13 states. L&R Security's team comes with a wealth of experience from the military, law enforcement, and law enforcement training. Their personnel is comprised of more than 200 employees trained in video monitoring, special event services, convention services, armed and unarmed security guards, ticket takers, executive security, personal bodyguards, hall monitors, and critical infrastructure personnel that are TSA trained. L&R Security services are provided on a 24-hour basis and have expanded to the newest technology, including video monitoring. Find them on the web at www.lrsecurity.com or call them today at 504-943-3191. Again, that number is 504-943-3191. Live the good life with L&R Security today.
This is your host, Oliver Thomas of the Good Morning Show. Lord, every morning y'all hear me fighting with that early bird because he's always up. So get up with me, your host, Oliver Thomas on WBOK, the #1 community station in the nation. Why? Because WB makes it what? Yeah, that's right. Listen, early bird. Okay.
That's right. It's the WBOK Good Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 7 to 9 a.m.
When it comes to the voice of the people, we're the choice of the people. New Orleans' own WBOK 1230 AM. Real talk for real times.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Wellness Wednesday, and we're here to open your mind. We live in a good life. Okay, I'm not going to sing. Welcome back to The Good Life on Wellness Wednesday. I have the entire crew. I have Bobbie Clark Alexander on the line from the ATL. I have Doc Griggs to my right. I have Bashan's Jordan of Tiger Rock NOLA to my left. And we are going to be speaking about trustworthiness. And speaking of trustworthiness, L&R Security is the security provider that you can trust. They go above and beyond. And we were just talking about safety in the city. And if you have a business, a grocery store, a street patrol, a community neighborhood, if you need something patrolled and you need an armed or unarmed guard, you just want to feel safe, make sure you reach out and call L&R Security at 504-943-3191. That's 504-943-3191. L&R Security goes above and beyond, and they are looking for you right now. They're looking for people to make sure we are all safe for the festival season. Are y'all ready for Jazz Fest?
French Quarter Fest,
Jazz Fest, all of it. Well, they are looking for armed and unarmed guards. So all interested parties, you can also contact L&R Security Office at 504-943-3191. That is 504-943-3191, because that is the good life. Or you can stop at their location at 3930 Old Gentilly Road to sign up and, so you can be trustworthy too. You must stop bam. But speaking of trustworthiness, I was watching the Democratic town hall last night, and, they have a lot of people who say, who are, having their issues with all of the candidates right now. And, Ted Cruz is having his issues. Everybody's calling him a liar. And it's funny that his tagline is what? Trust Ted. And everyone's like, you're a liar, liar, pants on fire. Right, Bobbie? You're laughing, but it's true. So I figured it was like a great conversation.
That, Trump, of course, is not my candidate, but he did something on yesterday when he was on at CNN, and he was calling the media a pack of liars, and they manipulate, and they do this and they do that. Actually, they took and shut his sound down, left the picture of it was so crazy. I'm like, God, this is bizarre. It's like, and he was actually telling the truth, because they weren't paying his whole audience. He's a peacock.
Right.
But it was so funny. He actually just shouted them out, put them on front. Oh, God, it's like, it's just so much going on with this campaign stuff we just never even think of in our worst thoughts.
Exactly.
Speaking of which, there's an election next Saturday.
There is an election next Saturday. Optic, yes, there is.
Do you know anybody that's running?
Do I know anybody that's running? Well, if you live in District A, then I would be humbled if you would vote for me or choose me as one of your 14 representatives, because I wanted to make sure that's clear. You get to choose 14 from each district, yes, for the Orleans Parish Democratic Executive Committee. They will also be on your ballot. Check your ballots for, different areas throughout the state for different elections, because it's not just that, but you're also, going to the polls to vote for either if you're a Republican, you'll vote for a Republican candidate. If you're a Democrat, you vote for a Democratic candidate.
And I would say the same thing for District B. I would be honored and privileged if you would vote for me. As
Look at
representatives
this.
From
We are not just walking, talking the talk. We're walking the walk. Yes, we're putting ourselves out there to serve. Doc Riggs and I, and so many other. I know Sidney Cates, his wife, Catherine Cates. Actually, I need to get a list of everybody that I know that's running, because, it really is putting yourself out there for service. And, it's honestly, I never thought I'd be running for anything in my life.
You need me.
Exactly. But, we talk on every Monday about, opening your mind and being educated on the topics. And I just figured out this was a way that I could do it for the community, and I could spread the information a little bit further, because sometimes it's hard in your day-to-day, efforts to be able to get out the information. So we want to do that because, that is a good life. So when
Can you guys put a little ballot picture on your Facebook pages, just so the people would know it could be helpful? I don't know if you can do that or not with the names.
I don't know how.
You guys are talking
I've
about.
been seeing that, and I'm supposed to be looking into.
I don't know. We will look into it. But speaking of trustworthy, let's get. I'm going to ask. There is a little quiz. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A little 6-question quiz. I'm going to ask you and the audience about being trustworthy. And so, obviously, we do not want you to answer this out loud. Well, you can for the three of you. Y'all can answer out loud. But for the listeners, I want you to think about it. Are you a trustworthy person? Number 1, I keep my promises. I am a person of my word. Number 2, I am reliable. I follow through on commitments. 3, I am honest. 4, love this one. I keep secrets. I never betray a confidence or a trust. And that said never, not when it works out for me. Number 5, I have integrity. I don't cave in to temptation. And number 6, I am loyal when loyalty is appropriate. Now, with all of that being said, do we hold others to a certain level of trustworthiness that we do not hold ourselves? Food for thought. So I want to ask a couple of discussion questions. How do you know when you can trust someone? You know, Bobbie, I thought this was, great conversation, especially with just like what we were discussing before, everything that goes on in the media with our politicians right now. And, in our everyday relationships, how do we know that we can trust somebody? And, are we trustworthy? And do we hold people to a certain level that we don't, stand up to ourselves? We expect other people to be perfect, but we're not perfect. So what is that fine line with trustworthiness? Go ahead, Bobbie.
Yeah, it's a fine line. I so appreciate you doing this. This is just so awesome. But there's a fine line, and I will say this for myself personally and be transparent. That fine line is you have to have boundaries in it all. That's what really keeps you trustworthy. You can desire to be, that's always my desire, to be trustworthy. However, if you overextend yourself, you'll begin to start looking like something that you're not. So that's number one that I will just shout it out. Please begin to set boundaries of how far you'll go in extending yourself. So you want to keep the integrity. You want to be trustworthy. So you got to pull it in. That will be the first thing I'll tell someone, because I found myself outside of the boundaries that I should have set and making exceptions. Once you set boundaries, do not make exceptions for anyone unless you see the situation extends far beyond the norm, because at the end of it, it will come back to bite you. Unfortunately, someone can be crying, on your feet, begging, holding your knees, emotion, okay? And so you can be compassionate, Doc, but when you let your empathy for a situation go into the dynamics of a whirlwind of emotions, you're in trouble. I've done it. I can say it. So that's number one, Eileen. That's that fine line right there, the boundaries. You gotta identify your boundaries.
Absolutely. And, some adults, and this is another question I want to pose to each one of you, Bashan's, Bobbie, and Doc Griggs, because all of you are so much older than me.
Wait, hold up.
Wait, let me ask my question first. They say some adults say...
Did you sneak that in there?
I don't know what you're talking about. They say some adults say that your generation, some more mature adults say that other generations can't be trusted, that you've lost certain values from the past generations.
Like the ones that call you old.
Do you agree or disagree with that? Or that is it just that generations have different experiences so that they have different perspectives and are exposed to different things?
I'm going to stick on the old platform.
Bobbie, I need you to take the other position on this.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Doc.
I'm going to stand on the old platform, because I will tell you this. I was reading an article yesterday about just the medical profession, about doctors, and how the Generation X, we Generation X doctors have looked at our baby boomer doctors as the example. The harder you work, the more successful you'll become. It's a grind, it's a rote, but the harder you work, the better off you'll be. We're looking back now. Our generation has looked back as some of these millennial physicians, and we've mislabeled them because of technology. Oh, they're lazy. Oh, they have no drive. Oh, no, they're not lazy. They do have drive, but we've given them technology. They don't need to walk around with the big books.
They're working smarter, not harder.
They're working a lot smarter and a lot harder. So it goes from both sides. Like the perception is not necessarily their reality. You come at us, like some of us, not myself, are having vision problems after the age of 40. So when you bring over that little computer, your little phone, and say, well, no, you can actually look pharmacopoeia in here. No, you need to get the book to do all this. Oh, he's lazy. He won't get the book. No, I'm just going to use my phone. So it's there are generational differences, and we all say that we would never want to sound like our parents. What we do just time. It makes you take that perspective.
The age of technology, that's what we live in, and we have to open up to that. No matter how old we are, the age of technology have totally different dynamics, even how we raise our kids. It just does.
But Bobbie, I'm going to pull you on my side with this, and Eileen, you're not quite in the millennial.
What are you talking about?
You're not quite the millennial here.
Actually,
but we have to change our perception.
I am on the high end of it, but I am.
What we deem as old. If you look at the organization, I love AARP.
Right,
AARP back in the day. Not
gonna hit my back.
Man, that dude can't see you. He's so far removed from your millennials. He letting you say what you want to say because he's old.
Lee, I want you back on the board.
But now, if you look at AARP, right, the age for AARP to officially be able to enroll is 50. Right?
Yeah.
Back when we were growing up, our age, I'm not there yet. I'm glad. Every birthday is a blessing. Don't get me started. But we looked at 50.
Can I trust that you're going to tell me your right age?
50 was deemed as old when we were growing up.
It is so much younger now.
50 it's not the new 30. 50 is the new 50. 50 is young. These are active people looking to restart their lives, and it's a whole attitude change.
It absolutely is. I remember when I was younger, and we always look. When I was younger, I wanted, every younger girl is like, ooh, when I'm 16, when I'm 16, when I'm 16. And I used to always mess with my mom. When I'm 16, you'll be 50. When I'm 16, you'll be 50. And I was like, wait, she didn't even look old. It was like a big number, but it really wasn't, and we're talking about these generational conversations and being able to trust. And you put it in perspective of, the medical field, but let's put it in perspective of our family right now. How important is trustworthiness within your family and confidences within your family? And when those are broken, how easy or are you able to repair those situations? Look, I just put it out there. I put it out there, and I'm going to back up off it.
That's a translation, because the reason I brought it up in the medical field is that's, a lot of older people don't trust younger doctors because they don't feel like they don't know what they're doing.
But that happens, and I'm just switching to family because that happens in families. A lot of more our older generations and families don't trust the younger generations because they don't do it my way. But isn't there can't you do it another way?
Bobbie, it goes back to the technology stuff. My grandmother raised me to be old school and pay all my bills by building. Not by mail, by building. I got to go pay the light bill at the light bill place. I got to go pay the water bill at the water bill place. When I told her I wanted to mail it, she said, you're just lazy. Well, I can't imagine what she would say now when we could just pay it from the phone. Sitting there, boy, I told you to go pay the light bill. I just did.
Right.
No, you didn't. You're sitting there playing on that phone is what you're doing. You're just lazy. I can't trust you to do nothing. But it's a communication thing. Yeah. And I think that's at the center of trust is communication.
Exactly. So once it's been broken and that's the thing. Has it really been broken well, that's the question, Bobbie or Bashan. Has it really been broken or is it just a different perspective?
It's a language barrier, generational barrier. It's like getting an understanding. Remember I was sharing with you guys, we did a show before, and I was saying that I like to have understanding in the people that are in my space. Mm-hmm. In order for me to be able to deal with individuals on a daily, I got to get some level of communication that we all can understand. And so sometimes I actually say, okay, let's just stop. Okay, when you don't think that I'm doing this and this and that, you can't case me because I do it differently from you.
Right.
So I do it this way. That's how I've been doing it because I can't do it anymore, guys. It sucks me dry because you're stuck in a place and you don't understand how I'm flowing, so you're judging me because I do everything from my laptop.
Preach.
Don't judge me.
That's exactly the point. We need to open people's mind to living differently in the world. Stop judging people for different perceptions. Maybe their way is just as effective as yours. Maybe just a little bit more efficient.
It's not
and if you want to do it your way, it doesn't mean you don't have to trust them. Do it your way. Let them do it their way. As long as you get to the same end result, that's the good life. Let's open our minds to living differently in the world. We're going to speak about that when we get back because we're going to discuss.
If you say old, I'm leaving.
No, this is the article that you sent me.
It's not an old article either.
5 ways to stop absorbing other people's negative energy. 5 ways to stop absorbing other people's negative energy. One is I'm going to kick you out the studio. I'm just joking. We're going to be back with The Good Life.
Old people, right?
It's Wellness Wednesday, y'all. Stay tuned. You old.
Hi, this is Darlene Carter. Join me every Wednesday at 1 p.m. for my Wine and Dine Happy Hour. I will feature local eating and drinking venues and interviews with local restaurateurs, wine shop owners, local bartenders, and local breweries. So tune in every Wednesday at 1 p.m. for Wine and Dine Happy Hour with me, Darlene Carter, on WBOK, 1230 a.m., Real Talk for Real Times.
Gentili Italian Pie is home to the $5 Family Happy Hour. Specials on pizza, wings, and drinks Tuesday through Thursday, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Gentili Italian Pie does fresh for the entire family. Salads, pizza, pasta, wings, and oven-baked sandwiches. Gentili Italian Pie offers lunch and dinner in a new, modern atmosphere surrounded by big screen TVs. Dine in or carry out by calling 504-826-9180. That's 504-826-9180. Relax. Have a drink from the fully stocked bar or beer on tap while your order is made from the freshest ingredients. Gentili Italian Pie, 4706 Paris Avenue, is home where everybody knows your name. So bring the family to Paris and Marabou for the $5 Family Happy Hour, Tuesday through Thursday, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. That's Gentili Italian Pie. Dine in or carry out. 504-826-9180. That's 504-826-9180. You gotta try the pie. That's the original Italian pie, located at Paris and Marabou in Gentili.
This celebrated moment in Black history is sponsored by Dr. Dwight McKenna. George McKenna was a professor at Xavier University for 50 years, and Leah McKenna was an educator and principal at Rivers Frederick Junior High School in New Orleans. The McKennas were responsible for educating thousands of black children in New Orleans over their careers. Their son, Dr. Dwight McKenna, honored his parents' memory by naming his African American museum after them, the George and Leah McKenna Museum of African American Art. Visit the George and Leah McKenna Museum at 2003 Carondelet Street and experience a visual representation of their talent. This celebrated moment in Black history is sponsored by Dr. Dwight McKenna.
Do you know anyone with less than perfect credit? At KB Enterprises, they specialize in restoring your score. Learn how to increase your credit score with 100% satisfaction guarantee. A+ rating with the BBB, 10-year track record of removing negative items including repossessions, foreclosures, bankruptcies, tax liens, student loans, and more. Kenneth Barnes and his team at KB Enterprises are excited about helping you restore your credit and achieving your financial goals. Whether it's acquiring a home or purchasing a car, don't miss this opportunity to change your life forever. For more info, give them a call at 504-577-4139. Log on to www.kennethbarnes.org and be sure to tune into The Good Life on Money Mondays and get your financial tips for the week from Kenneth Barnes so you can live the good life too.
Join us every Monday through Thursday for the Conscious Hour with Chuck Perkins, dedicated to the upliftment of black people and the destruction of false narratives that help to keep black people down. That's the Conscious Hour with Chuck Perkins on WBOK every Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to noon. Real talk for real times.
WBOK 1230 a.m. The People's Station.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Wellness Wednesday, and we're here to open your mind. We are absolutely living the good life this morning. I have Bobbie Clark Alexander on the line from the ATL. Bobbie, if somebody wanted to get in touch with you, if they wanted to follow you on any of your social media platforms, how would they do that?
They would do it at B. Clark Alexander. That's email at yahoo.com. That's Twitter handle B. Clark Alexander, and Facebook is Bobbie Clark Alexander. Everything would tie into that, or Be Who You Be, which is my brand, okay? BeWhoYouBe.com.
Be who you be. Be who you be. Make sure you be who you be, because I'm a be who I be, because that's the good life. Why do you always have me reading something when I'm supposed to be talking? Doc Rick, y'all, I'm just joking. We're going to get into...
Us more seasoned people can multitask. Not old.
I like to focus. And speaking of focus, I'm going to focus on getting rid of people who have negative energy. Because y'all know how I say this. I was like, I'm allergic to people with negative energy. So it was funny when Doc Greg sent me this article. I was like, this is really perfect. Y'all, we do have a big Christian community in New Orleans and the greater New Orleans area and the Gulf region. And, lots of people are listening. So this is a perfect time of year to release the negativity out of our lives. And so we're going to give you 5 ways to release negativity and stop absorbing other people's energy, because you really need to sometimes protect yourself. Bobbie, how important is it that we protect ourselves?
It is very, very important. And people think that you're being insensitive. It's not. You're supposed to guard your heart. Even the Bible tells us that. And why? Because that is the way that things that are against your purpose and destiny, that's how it infiltrates. In other words, stop making decisions in your emotions. You have to think and you have to do better. We can't keep repeating the way we used to do it. Family, you talking about family will push you in feeling bad. They will wear you out with, oh, you got to help. Yes, I am, but I just do it differently from you. I'm big into helping. I'm born to help, okay? I'm a helper. I'm a born helper. However, I don't do it the way that you do it, okay? Right. So I had to turn that around.
And that doesn't mean it's wrong, okay? Because I don't do it your way. But you have to let some people, make their own mistakes or learn.
And my way might be more effective. I feel that it is.
There you go. There you go. Exactly.
It has longevity to it. If the way I do it is going to help them. I've had too many people to come back and say, I couldn't appreciate it at the time, but that's the best thing that ever happened to me, the way that you helped me, the way that you dealt with me.
Exactly. And when we speak of negative people, we don't mean, a family member who's going through a rough time and, they need your support for a time. We don't mean, somebody at work who's, having a bad month or, a bad season. That's not what we mean by negative people. No. We are talking about your consistent complainers that drain your energy. It's not just a season. It's like a lifestyle. That's what we're talking about. You're laughing, but I'm serious. And we don't want you to get it twisted, because people who are going through a season or, a troubled time in their life, they need your help. They need you to reach out. They need that support, that love, that understanding, that compassion. We're not talking about those people. We are talking about the gossipers, the complainers, the liars, the cheaters. That's what we're talking about. So we're going to exactly on a daily. That's just their lifestyle has been, that's just who they are. So number one, we're going to stop people pleasing. When people complain about you or try to bring you down, don't take it personally. This kind of behavior is more of a reflection of who they are than of your worth. The more you let yourself be influenced by gossip, the more you begin to depend on the praise of others. It's important to realize that you can't make everyone like you and that your worth doesn't come from the opinions of others. Love yourself first and foremost and let go of people who bring you down. Y'all know somebody that when you call them and you're happy about something, by the time you get off the phone, you're sad, crying, or like rethinking whatever you call them about. Y'all know who I'm talking about. That's the person I'm talking about. Like, sometimes you need to You're laughing, but I'm serious. Bobbie, you called somebody all happy. Okay. You called somebody all happy about something, and then you get off the phone and you feel miserable. That's the person we're talking about. We're not talking about, the person who's having a rough day. We're talking about the person
You got to stop calling that person.
Thank you.
But
just let that go, player.
Every time.
Yeah, I mean, if you know that's happening every time, then, I mean, sometimes you got to distance yourself from that person because, I mean, obviously something, is going to, it's going to turn you to a negative person before it's over with. And then when people call you, you're going to be that negative person.
Absolutely.
So it's like it's going to be just a trickling effect all the way down. So then everybody walking around moping and sad and, depressed with their lives and stuff like that.
It's like they want to spread it.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's, what they said. What's the phrase? Old saying, misery love company.
Yes.
Yeah. They're going through stuff, and they're really not going to show it, but they're going to show it in other ways by just trying to get you down.
And it makes them feel powerful. Like I'm gonna suck your happiness out of you.
Man, I know too many people like that. That's the sad part about it.
Exactly. And it's so funny because I really enjoyed this article that Doc sent me because I call these people energy vampires. I was like, I don't deal with energy vampires. And number 2 said exactly that. They said keep vampires at bay. And we got this article from dailyhealthpost.com. So this is to keep your mind right. This is Wellness Wednesday, mind, body, and soul. So we really, this isn't just, something we're talking about. You physically need to get rid of negativity out of your life. Number 2, keep vampires at bay. Have you ever had a friend that just sucks the life out of you? The kind of friend that you have to gather up your strength to hang around, and when you leave, you feeling emotionally and physically drained. It's just what we were talking about. These type of people are referred to as emotional vampires. I was like, see? Well, obviously I didn't coin the phrase, but I use it all the time. These people always have time to see you when they need support, but are never available when you need help. And more they complain, the more they find new things to complain about. They complain. And here's the deal. This is the one thing. They remind you what's always wrong with you.
Yeah.
Giving someone, authority over your life is never the way, and it won't help you.
Wow.
That's
it.
Hello.
We use that term friend
Who am I talking
too
about?
loosely, I think, that word friend, I think sometimes not everybody's going to be your friend, especially when it comes to stuff like that. You got to be careful because they're probably just trying to latch on to you because they need somebody to exactly
right,
what that is,
latching on to you.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what it is. Yeah, for real. So, and then trying to.
Oh, they're happy. Let me suck some of that out of them.
Exactly. So, they got to let it out on somebody because if it's draining them, then they got to move to the next one. It's like a recharge, so.
Right. And I think people's definition of friend, but Sean, you hit it. You really had some on point stuff today. You on fire today, man on fire, but Sean, literally people's definition of friendship is twisted. So we have to remember as leaders and as people who serve the community, we have businesses and stuff, we're always dealing with people. We have to educate as we deal with them because it's the hero syndrome, okay? You help people lose weight, Eileen, you help people communicate. You a bridge, you connect. That's what you do. I'm a life coach or whatever. And people, when they talk to me or whatever, and they're a possible client, and they'll say, meet my new friend. I'm not your friend. I'm providing a service to you. It's just people's definition of friendship. So we have to share with them what friendship really is. They don't understand it, but Sean, so
you're my Facebook friend.
Right. You can be my Facebook friend. Yeah. And it's funny that y'all go into this because number 3, y'all, we just rolling along. Number 3, saying no. It's important to know your boundaries and speak up when they are crossed. How many of us don't speak up for ourselves? You wouldn't let someone come into your home and tear it apart. So why should you let them damage your self-esteem?
Well, that kind of goes with knowing your worth.
Hello. Don't let anyone walk through your mind with their dirty feet.
There is a lot to be said. The saying is that familiarity breeds contempt. But what's more dangerous is that familiarity breeds familiarity. Oh, I know Basan's from back in the block. That's a little dude in 5th grade used to pick his nose all the time. What's up, Basan? Dude, I'm 40-something years old, dog.
Right.
What are you talking about? Bro, no, player, you ain't changed up. Say, man, look, I'm going to leave you back there in 5th grade. But you have to know when.
Doc. I mean, that's good. Thanks for that one.
And Bashans and I were talking about this right before the show. Because people like to keep you in a box. I am not the same person that I was when I was 20.
Yeah.
And if you continue to, hold those things over my head, I am by no means perfect. And did I do stuff that I'm not proud of in my life?
Yes.
Absolutely.
It happened to King David in the Bible with his own brothers. David, get out from there. You ain't supposed to be in front of all them people, man. You ain't no like kings. Come on, get on back here with these sheep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right. Seriously, dude?
Yeah.
I've evolved. Have you? Yeah. Obviously not, because you still talking about back then.
Yeah.
If somebody's still bringing you back, they haven't evolved. They are not one of your 5.
And they're a hater, and they can't understand that they cannot stand to allow you to have evolved and progressed and moving forward and continually making changes. It's like they hate it. You keep trying to bring them forward, they keep trying to pull you back. What you do is you let them go.
Exactly. And when you let them go, we're going to go into number 4. We want you to enjoy some me time. It's important to give yourself time away from everyone so that you can tune into your own thoughts and desires and stop letting other people control you, whether it's taking a long bath, having a lazy morning, schedule time to find your inner voice. If you're in a rough spot, go outside. The fresh air and innocence of the natural world will make you realize that every problem is small in the scale of the world and that life will always go on. Soak up the pure energy of the world around you and reconnect with your authentic self. If you're always listening to everybody else, you don't even know what you want. You don't even know what you like. And I can be honest about this. After my divorce, I was like, what do I like? I've been taking care of children and a husband for so long. I forgot what made me happy. But you have to take time for yourself and really, connect to who you are. Don't lose yourself. And last but not least, I'm going to let everybody, comment. Take responsibility. Ultimately, you are the only person who decides how you feel. No matter what environment you're in, you have the choice to stay strong or to let others have power over you. Once you take responsibility for your emotions, you release yourself from the influence of others. When you feel confident and love yourself, you gain emotional strength and endurance. I want to repeat that. When you feel confident and love yourself. Bashan, I know you see this with working out with people. When they love themselves, they start to have a little bit, of a different swag, a little, pep in their step. Bobbie, when you're working with people and you're life coaching, they become a different person when they're dropping all of that baggage. And for you, Doc Griggs, when people are getting healthy and they go from, having so many, I don't want to say diseases, but illnesses, and they're like, oh, doc, this worked, because you're talking about get fit, get moving. When they're doing those things,
buying new dress sizes.
Exactly. How, their confidence comes back and they love themselves. So that's what it's about today. Opening your minds, living differently in the world. We want you to begin to love yourself again. Go ahead, guys.
Oh,
don't everybody speak at the same time. You were so excited. You were enthralled by my voice.
Yeah, you would just think I turned up my hearing aid since I'm so old.
And you know what? And Bobbie, it's funny because this was the last line of this. Sometimes a cry is the best medicine. Let it go. Let it out. Don't wallow in it. Give yourself a certain time period. Say, I have 2 days to think about this. After that, I'm gonna let it go and move forward. Don't wallow. Go ahead, Bobbie.
Get a mushy movie. I do it. I sit down sometime and I get really, love stories and, life lesson type movies, Lifetime, Hallmark, all of that. You need a good cry. Sometimes I actually know it and I cry and I get a box of soft tissue and I just let it go.
Soft tissue. Make sure it's soft, y'all.
Being released.
Because we talk about positive and negative thoughts. You're going to have negative thoughts. Yeah. It's just, but make sure when you catch yourself so you don't stay in that mode. We're not perfect. We all, I know I was thinking about you crazy on the way here. No, I'm just joking. But, we want to change those thoughts. We want to, make sure you catch it and that you don't beat yourself up over it.
It's a part of being human. Just deal with it,
Absolutely. So we want to open people's mind. We want to live differently in the world. We want to make sure that we're paying attention to our heart. It's so important. 1 in 4 Americans are dying of heart disease. Y'all, it is Heart Month, American Heart Month. So we want to make sure, read up on it. Follow Doc Griggs. How can they do that, Doc Griggs?
You can follow me on Facebook, Doc Griggs. You can follow me on Twitter at Doc Griggs1. You can follow me on the gram at Doc Griggs1 as well.
And Bashan Jordan, if they want to get their mind right, get their heart moving, get their heart pumping, how can they find you at Tiger Rock NOLA?
That's it, Tiger Rock NOLA.
Oh, imagine that.
There you go. Yeah.
Tiger Rock. Taekwondo.
You also can find me on Facebook as well. It's Bashan Jordan. That's BASJONS. Jordan, like Michael. There you go.
And if you are interested with advertising with the Good Life Radio Show, make sure you contact us at 504-400-7127. That is 504-400-7127. Let us create access for you because that is a good life. Make sure you stay tuned to Gumbo Talk Thursday tomorrow. We're out.